There's about 150 multi-finance companies in Indonesia.
Private credit landscape in Indonesia, and specifically the NBFI landscape.
Atomi, Akulaku, Home Credit, Aeon. I think those are the five large players.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to Kilde Talks Finance. We are here with Radek, our CEO and co-founder, and today we're going to pick his brains a little bit about the private credit landscape in Indonesia, and specifically the NBFI landscape. And we're doing this in the light of our recent announcement working together with Akulaku, a large Southeast Asian borrower specifically focused on Indonesia. So Radek, tell us, why do we like Indonesia and what does the private credit landscape look like over there?
Thanks, Johanna, for having me again. I think Indonesia, one of the most interesting markets in the Southeast Asia, given its scale of the population, how it has been consistently growing economically over time, and the population is very young. Indonesia is a well-positioned geographically and geopolitically to benefit to partial pivots from China by the US. It also has natural resources, and it's very nicely balancing between these two powers, US and China. So this in general, and then specifically coming to the financing sector and those companies we are interested in, non-bank financial companies, they are like a different market segments. I think that the overall the market is dominated by banks and rural banks. And the banks are quite advanced. The large Indonesian banks, the rural banks are usually very old school, and they typically serve only very narrow area. Both of them are careful with lending to SMEs and to consumers for the first time, and based on using alternative data. Here come the other side of this market, which is non-bank companies. And there again, you have a more traditional players, like there's about 150 multi-finance companies in Indonesia, but maybe only about five of them are those which have a nationwide presence and digital processes and have this kind of a scale. The largest one and very famous one, Home Credit in Indonesia, but then you have other like Kredivo, Atomi, and Akulaku as well. It's a very interesting market to watch, like what is happening licensing wise, and what is happening also business model wise. The trends which we are seeing in the market that because of a regulation and introducing the capping of the interest rate, currently is at 0.3% per day maximum. The lending companies are looking to offering more holistic products. Typically, the transactions, payments, perhaps tie up some e-commerce platform like Tokopedia or others, integrating into the super apps like Gojek is the right large super app. Grab is the one in Indonesia. So we see multiple ways how the players work in Indonesia. We see a more and more consolidation. Large players, Kredivo, Atomi, Akulaku, Home Credit, Aeon. I think that those are the five large players, and many of them are actually purchasing their own banks as well, so they can bundle a lot of products like together and be the lending, transaction, and day-to-day financing partner for those subprime, near prime customers.
Oh, interesting. And one of the topics we didn't discuss so much now is also the local currencies. Any thoughts on that in terms of risk or something we're watching out for, or how do we approach the Indonesian borrowers when it comes to a currency perspective?
Well, it's an emerging market currency, so we need to be careful. But usually we benchmark this kind of currencies against US dollar. US dollar is generally weakening, so it's a mixed image, right? What's about the currencies? I am not like largely concerned that there will be a sudden crash of the Indonesian currency, unless we have some really big problem here in Asia. But by the internal economic force in Indonesia, I don't see indication that this would be happening. And those companies which we work with, like Akulaku or Surfin is another one, they are pretty much good capitalized, and are very good capital partners and good margins as well.
Understood.
So I would say these potential issues with the depreciating Indonesian currency that could be mitigated by the margins.
All right. Thank you very much, Radek. And if you are an investor and you have some more detailed questions for us, maybe specifically related to Indonesia, let us know in the comments and we'll cater to them next week. See you soon.
Thank you very much.